Old Trafford prepares to celebrate the first anniversary of its French Revolution. When Eric Cantona joined Manchester United 12 months ago, they were 8th in the table and desperate for goals. The rest is now part of the famous history of this club, and so is Cantona. Another living United legend, Brian Robson, passed a fitness test to retain his place in an unchanged team tonight. Roy Keane is still injured. Ryan Giggs, again a substitute. Cantona completes his first year here with his 40th appearance for United. He's only ever twice been on the losing side. One of those defeats was at the hands of Ipswich Town last January. In truth, the year's been a bit of a holding operation for them since then. They currently lie 15th, but keeper Craig Forrest, skipper David Linnigan and summer signing Paul Mason are all back from injury tonight. Terry Holbrook's the man in charge. Ipswich Town actually took 4 points off Manchester United last season. So far this season, the entire Premiership has managed to take 4 points off them. They've lost one, drawn one and won the rest. A little bit of snow floating about in the air, but the pitch is excellent. Headed by Neil Thompson, who started the match in midfield. Look at the space that's being conceded as Bruce comes forward. Hughes trying to set something up for Ince. First real side of the Ipswich goal for Paul Ince. But they're defending so deep, the visitors. There is an invitation for Manchester United to throw the ball in there. Bruce. Kanchelskis. Palmer did well. Protected the men behind him and now looking to release the one man in front of him, Ian Marshall. He needs to hold it up. It's about as good as Marshall could do. It is a bit of a sparring match at the moment, and both protagonists not quite sure how much to risk. Header away was by Hughes, deep in defence. Thompson back into the path of Mason. It's in towards Youds. It is a very tall Ipswich side tonight. Eddie Youds, one of several six-footers who are going to pose problems for Manchester United, particularly when the cross is of that quality. Paul Ince. Mark Hughes. Cantona. Robson. Sharp. Sharper passing from Manchester United. Youds made the challenge. Owen kept it in. Alistair. Kanchelskis. Parker. Cantona. Kanchelskis. He's committed Linnigan. Useful cross. Hughes got in the header. A little bit of extra pace. Andre Kanchelskis found himself isolated against the Ipswich skipper David Linnigan. And he had a yard there. And Hughes just stole a foot to get his head to the ball. Just squeezed in front of his marker. Header away by David Linnigan. This is Paul Ince. Andre Kanchelskis. Ince has done well to retain possession and very well to burst forward and win the free kick from Paul Mason. Situation of some promise for Manchester United. They could do with wheeling Ryan Giggs on from the substitutes bench, couldn't they? Well, they have one or two other options. Sharp in the foreground, certainly one of them. Cantona will want to be involved. It's Lee Sharp, good save. Went past the wall and Craig Forrest guarding that side of the net had to push it away. He maybe felt the free kick was taken a little earlier than he'd anticipated, but it's a corner. Irwin in towards Bruce. Linnigan won the aerial duel. Mason got it away. An excellent stop by Craig Forrest from Lee Sharp. There was a bit of movement on the end of the wall and it was sneaking inside that post. Cantona on towards Kanchelskis this time. Forrest is committed. Now Kanchelskis put it back. Yes, he can. Walks there and Forrest emerges. Now is that a back pass? No. I don't think there's much doubt that John Ward got the last touch, but it just looped up into the air of the Ipswich defender and Forrest managed to get back there. Kanchelskis had slipped him and Whelan. Ward just knocked it high into the air and Forrest just happened to be hanging around. Cantona. Floated in towards Ince. Well, it's a terrific run by Ince and a fine attempt at goal, but again you have to go back to the source there, and Cantona waited and waited for something to happen. Ince made it happen and the delivery was virtually inch perfect. You've just got to make a run and he picks you out like one of those quarterbacks in American football. Right on the money, as they say over there. Cantona again. Parker. Gary Pallister is as comfortable in possession as most midfield players up and down the country. Quite happy to take possession in this kind of area. And he's going to have a go this time. Well, he doesn't do that very often. Maybe he'll try it a little more regularly now. Craig Forrest had to push it away. Memories of that belting free kick against Blackburn at the end of last season. Pallister stayed forward. Bruce is in there too. Turned away by Palmer. He won't be trying to knock it back to him, has found only Bruce. Thompson. Good stop that by Craig Forrest from Gary Pallister. He's always been a talented player, Pallister, but he's really grown in standing and status in the game in the last couple of years. A lot of his development, of course, a credit to Alex Ferguson, but I think also Graham Taylor, who won't be the happiest Sports Night viewer out there tonight, and I think he deserves some credit for the last year or so too. Kanchelskis. Yowd's got in the header. This is Paul Ince, good drive! And they're getting closer. How close you can tell from the expression on Paul Ince's face. I think Forrest was beaten for once. There'll just be one or two reminders on the way during the half-time interval. Much calmer than he used to be in the confines of the dressing room, but he'll make his points. Hughes now has slipped walk for once. He's a bit short of support for the moment. Sharp's arriving. Important ahead of that. Eddie Yowds. Andrei Kanchelskis though. Ince climbing well. Well, no question which penalty area has seen the majority of the action. But Ipswich Town have been pretty successful in keeping Manchester United at arm's length. Neil Thompson. Ian Marshall. He's putting Manchester United back a little bit in the second half. Kiwomya waiting. Schmeichel went for the punch and Mason had a side of goal. Couldn't quite take it in his stride. Pallister only as far as Youds. He was trying to tee it up for himself, but it was Paul Mason who had the clearer chance, albeit a sharp one. Kiwomya went in there and made it awkward for Schmeichel, and Mason went for his favoured right foot. He couldn't guide it off balance. Odds were always against Youds then. Giggs has gone to the right to fill in for Kanchelskis there. There's Giggs' first touch. Not quite as productive as his first touch was in the Manchester derby. Stockwell. Now Mason's got up at his shoulder here. It's a dangerous cross shot. Goal kick given. And it's the second time in this second half that Paul Mason has had a sniff of the target. And he's got a good goal-scoring record too. Youds holding firm again against Sharp. Cantona. Robson. Couldn't quite run for Hughes. Ince. Sharp. Irwin going beyond him. Sharp towards Cantona. Linegan got his head to it first, then Mason. Ince for Parker. Hughes is there, so too John Wall. Ince. And the frustration grows. From time to time the pressure intensifies, but Manchester United just can't find a way through for the moment. Giggs. Sharp. Four waiting in the box. Sharp towards Cantona, just couldn't quite crane his neck and knock it down to the waiting colleagues. Here is Giggs. Cantona fell behind Hughes. It'll come for Sharp. David Linegan. There's been too much volume from around the Old Trafford stands tonight. Manchester United needs some encouragement. Robson. Sharp. It was deflected. Corner kick. Plenty of potential goal scorers in there. Pallister. Nobody in on Forrest. He had a little bit more time than he could ever have realised. Parker. Nicked away from Bruce by Youds. Kept in by Sharp. Giggs trying his luck on the left. Charged down though by Eddie Youds. Brought away by Mickey Stockwell. There's just nothing in front of Stockwell then. No change in Ipswich Town's ambition in the game. No change in their resilience in defence. Cantona finding Giggs. Knocked away from Cantona by Phil Whelan. On a two little flicks and touches now, starting to unhinge the defence. It's a corner. Some grim faces out there in red. What a difference a goal would make. Headed by Whelan. Robson. Sharp's onside. Headed by Ward, the umpteenth of the night. Can't pretend it's been an exciting Ipswich performance, but there have been some good individual performances within it, that's for sure. Lenigan leaning over Giggs to get it away. Just over 20 minutes. Giggs. Pallister's in there. Sharp beat to it by Youds. Hughes trying to make something of it. Irwin. Space here for Brian Robson. Couldn't get quite the power that he needed as he had to pivot and turn. But he got the space he needed, and there's been precious little of that about on the edge of the Ipswich penalty area. Ince. Robson charging forward from the back, and he's got a free kick this time. Whelan balked his progress. It was a trademark run from Brian Robson, and it committed a defender and committed him to an offence. Ryan Giggs, hands on hips, is a candidate. Cantona is there too. It'll be Giggs. Oh! Whisker away. Hughes is there. And Craig Forrest again has the final word. But he didn't have a say in what Ryan Giggs produced then. Lifted over the wall, but onto the crossbar. So unlucky. Sharp. Cantona. Ince. Hughes. Ferguson. Cantona trying to turn it on. There were appeals for handball. Cries for help as much as anything at the moment. Manchester United in need of that little spark just to turn the game. It's a spark they can generally find, but they're running out of time. Youds with the header. Sharp. Pallister. Ferguson. Ince. Space for him. Invitation to shoot. Lots of men in front of him though. Giggs. Hughes trying to get off the ground. They got in each other's way a little bit, but Thompson, not for the first time, came to Ipswich Town's rescue. Shake of the head which says it all. Boring Ipswich is the chant from the Manchester United fans. That's their judgment on the approach that the visitors have taken here. I suppose they've offered a ray of hope for the posse pursuing Manchester United. Ipswich have successfully and surprisingly checked Manchester United's champion stride. They've been careful, cautious, but committed to their cause tonight, and they're only the third side to take anything off Manchester United in the Premiership. It won't alter their Premiership odds dramatically, but it may just offer a lifeline to those waiting patiently below Manchester United. The Untouchables have been held tonight 0-0.